So yesterday we got a bunch of news for Assassin's Creed Origins, and this is really big stuff, guys. And also I'm going to round up a bunch of news that we got previously in the week, just because it's pretty important news as well. But yesterday we did get a huge amount of news about the post-launch content of Assassin's Creed Origins, and I'm also going to talk a little bit about the controversy surrounding the loot boxes in Assassin's Creed Origins, because many people flipped their shit when they saw that loot boxes were going to be in the game, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that and give my opinions on it in today's video. So without further ado, guys, let's get straight into today's news roundup. Before we get into the juicier details, I want to talk about the loot boxes in the game. Now, we saw a loot box in a video by Center Strain. I'll leave a link to it in the description because it's a great video, it does great content, and basically it kind of talks about the loot boxes in the game, and it also shows one of the loot boxes on the screen as well. And before anyone just hears the word loot box, listen to this. The loot boxes in Assassin's Creed Origins are completely microtransaction free. You don't have to pay real life money to be able to get the loot boxes in the game. In fact, you pay in-game money to be able to get the loot boxes. It's something that, kind of like in Horizon Zero Dawn, you get the little tiny boxes with a few things in them that you can buy from shop vendors. This is exactly how it is in Assassin's Creed Origins. You can go to a shop vendor and they will have a loot box for you to buy, and when you open it, it's a random selection of rewards that you could get. I genuinely don't understand the controversy over this or people getting mad about it. It's an optional thing in the game, it doesn't require you to buy it, and it doesn't even require real life money to get them. It's not like they're overly expensive in the game either. They only cost 3,000 of the in-game money. So if you're focusing on the economy and buying and selling things, you'll eventually just get more money in your pocket anyway, and you can buy these when the vendor comes around. You can even find all of the items you get from the loot boxes in the open world of the game, but buying the loot boxes is just an accelerated way of getting them, and if you have the money on your character at the time, then why not? What's the point in not buying them? It's just adding to the arsenal of weapons, outfits, different crafting materials, and just all that good stuff that's required in the game. Referring to the things on the e-store, you can also find everything that's available to buy in the e-store of Assassin's Creed Origins in the game itself. This was confirmed by Ashraf Ismail. So literally everything you can buy with real life money outside of the game, you can also get naturally in the game as well. I think the people that are complaining about this are thinking it's more of a Shadow of War situation, in which the loot boxes in that game contain items that you can't get in the main game by just playing it. You can only get them from the item pool in those loot boxes. Well, that's not the case in Assassin's Creed Origins. If you do your research and read into it, then you'll realize that the loot boxes in AC Origins are simply just an accelerated way of getting these different items if you have the money on your character. People tend to hear the word loot box and they just immediately think it's a bad thing. In Assassin's Creed Origins, this isn't the case whatsoever. You don't have to pay real life money to get anything in these loot boxes. You don't even have to buy the loot boxes themselves to be able to get the items that come from them. You can find them in the open world, get quests, and you can do the quests and get the items there, and it's just a completely optional thing from a vendor that sells these loot boxes. People that are getting mad, I recommend you do your research before criticizing something, because I've seen many people getting upset over loot boxes for no reason without even reading up on what they're like. Now I'm going to be talking a little bit about the Assassin's Creed Origins achievement list that came out recently, and it's got some pretty interesting stuff on here. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys can go and check out all of it, because I'm not going to be going through all of these achievements, but you have stuff like Where's My Black Flag, which is an achievement obviously referencing Black Flag, because this was made by the Black Flag team, and the achievement is basically defeat 8 ship captains. I suppose this could be a reference to boarding being back in the game. I don't know why they take it out, considering they are the team that created Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, and taking boarding out of the game really wouldn't make sense, as that was one of the funnest things to do when plundering other ships in the game. So I guess when you board a ship, you can kill the captain, and that kind of makes the crew surrender in a way. So if you kill 8 of those, you get an achievement. There's quite an amusing one here called Setup Date, and it says bring a tamed lion to a crocodile. So I guess that means have a tamed lion fight a crocodile, which would be pretty amusing to see, considering they're probably two of the most powerful animals in the game. So seeing them two fight would be pretty interesting, and obviously you get an achievement for it. There's another one here called I Can See My House From Here, and it's basically reach the top of the world in the Black Desert territory. So it must be reaching the highest point available on the map, which, as you can see by the achievement, is in the Black Desert area of the map, which is quite cool. I can imagine that it looks absolutely beautiful. You can probably see loads of the amazing Egyptian landscape. I reckon it looks really nice, and I cannot wait to see what it looks like. There's also Shadow of Egypt, which I think is kind of a reference to Shadow of Mordor. You never know, it could be, it sounds kind of like it. And it says kill 10 enemies in a row without being detected. I feel like they just wanted to, you know, do a nod to another game franchise, Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War, and they did it for this achievement here. A pretty interesting one here is The Harder They Fall, and it says defeat the war elephants Katesh and Rashef. So I guess that's in reference to the war elephants that you'll find around the world, and these must be two boss versions of them. Kind of like the legendary ships in Assassin's Creed 4, but instead they're elephants. Quite interesting, but we've seen many clips of Bayek fighting elephants, even going as far as just simply drawing his sword and just slashing at it. But that's quite interesting. It seems there's bosses around the open world that we'll be able to fight, which we knew anyway, but there's also going to be significant ones that add to your achievements. Finally, one that caught my attention was Words of Wisdom, and it says complete all hermit locations. I don't know what this means. What's a hermit location? I'm sure it's some form of side quest in the game, but it seems like it's significant enough to have an achievement based around it, so I'm interested to see more of what these hermit locations are, because I have no idea what it could be. Something that many people have said is, why are there no modern day achievements? Either to not spoil the game, or they're hidden achievements so people won't get spoilers for the modern day before the game comes out. Many people were getting very upset, being like, where the fuck are the modern day achievements? They have to be in here somewhere, you know, we have to get some information about the modern day. But I think it could be down to the fact there's no modern day achievements whatsoever, or they've been hidden from the public so people can't get spoilers for the game. Don't worry guys, modern day is 100% in the game. Ashraf Ismail said that he's listened to people, so let's hope there's a fucking modern day and that it's playable. This achievement list is kind of interesting. It kind of tells us more about the game, more about the activities that we can expect to be able to do in the game, and it gives us a few bits of information about the main quest as well, and kind of the quest that we'll be doing, but I'll let you guys check that out in the description, because there are some things that can be considered as spoilers, even if they are very minimal, and I don't want to kind of go over them in this video, because I just don't really want to fuck with that potential spoiler nonsense. Alright guys, this is where the content gets juicy as fuck. There's a ton of info here, and it's really nice. It's talking about how Ubisoft are going to handle the post-launch content for Assassin's Creed Origins, and I've got to say, they have done incredibly well. So here is the Season Pass and Golden Edition content of Assassin's Creed Origins. This is what people are going to be getting if they buy the Season Pass for Assassin's Creed Origins, and if they choose to buy DLC later down the line. The Hidden Ones DLC 1. The expansion takes place years after the events of Assassin's Creed Origins in a new region occupied by a Roman force. Bayek and the new assassins will clash with the Romans as the Brotherhood continues to grow, and players will have a new level cap. It's slated for a release in January 2018. The second major expansion for Assassin's Creed Origins is the Curse of the Pharaohs. The second expansion focuses on Egyptian mythology, pitting players against undead pharaohs and famed Egyptian monsters. Bayek will need to explore a mystical new realm and discover the root of the curse that has brought these creatures to life. This expansion will also raise a level cap and introduce new skills for Bayek. It's scheduled for a March 2018 release. Season Pass holders also gain access to 2 exclusive customization packs, which give you exclusive items, weapons, outfits, shields, and a mount when they become available in November of 2017. Season Pass holders also get 500 Helix credits and an exclusive rare weapon, the Calamity Blade, which will both be available at launch. You know what that means? Helix credits means we're in the fucking Helix. Like, okay. Hopefully there's a good modern day, and hopefully I have a good set of characters, but we are in the Helix again, so fucking kill me. Anyway, that is it for the paid content in the game. Now it's on to the free content. First of all, we have the Trial of the Gods. Face off against the Egyptian gods in boss battles during special timed events, and receive valuable rewards for victory. Kicks off 15 days after launch. The Nomad's Bazaar. Track down a wandering merchant who will give you daily quests to pursue and reward you with exotic mystery awards, available at launch. Photo mode. Capture the beauty of the Egyptian landscape, indulge your inner wildlife photographer, and discover interesting photos taken by other players, available at launch. Horde mode. Hone your skills with blade and bow against endless waves of enemies in the gladiator arena. See how your scores stack up and challenge your friends, available in early 2018, as well as the Discovery Tour. And there you go, that covers all of the post-launch content for Assassin's Creed Origins. As you can see, they have it all planned out here on this this calendar, and they're going to be staggering it throughout the months leading up to March 2018, and you never know, maybe they'll release even more content. As you can see where it says Trials of the Gods, you can see it says and more underneath it. So maybe we'll be seeing more post content for Assassin's Creed Origins. This wouldn't surprise me, it definitely is a thing that could happen, but as for right now, this is all of the content that we know about in Assassin's Creed Origins post-launch. I personally think they're doing a very good job with content in Assassin's Creed Origins because there's going to be new activities every single day. Obviously, you're not going to sit there grinding these all day and going to it necessarily every day, but at least there's new content being added to the game regularly, and I cannot wait for the Hidden Ones DLC and the Curse of the Pharaohs DLC because this adds 2 new regions to Assassin's Creed Origins and loads of new quests, loads of new armor, a new level cap, new abilities. This is how you do DLC, and it seems like they have it all planned out with 2 huge expansions for Assassin's Creed Origins, as well as the Roman Centurion pack and the Horus pack. So I'm really excited for this. I cannot wait to see these 2 DLCs, and I cannot wait to get my hands on them. But obviously before we do that, we need to actually play the main game, which is something that I'm also very excited for as well. Also, if you look at the Hidden Ones DLC, you can see 2 assassins standing next to Bayek, and also Bayek's robes look fucking awesome, let me just say that. But you can see the 2 assassins there, and I feel like this DLC may add back in the recruit system if the main game doesn't have it already. It would make a lot of sense considering the Brotherhood's more established, and the Brotherhood is also growing in this DLC as well, so adding in recruits that you can get for the Assassin Brotherhood, it would definitely make a lot of sense. Expansion 2, Curse of the Pharaohs, is going to focus more on the mystical side of things, and I feel like that could feel most like The Witcher 3 with various different monsters you have to slay. As you saw in the little trailer we got, there's a huge scorpion, and there's other mystical elements as well, like undead pharaohs. I genuinely don't know what's going on here, but it seems pretty cool, and I'm sure it's going to be explained through lore and mythology of Assassin's Creed Origins, so I'm not too worried about it in that regard. It just looks like a cool DLC. Anyway, that is the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead and like and subscribe for more gaming news, content, and reviews in the future, and also remember to comment down in the comment section below telling me what you think of all this information. I personally think this is really good news for Assassin's Creed Origins. All of this news is incredibly important for the game, and it just all sounds great. I'm super excited for the release of the game, and it's great they're handling the post-launch content with such care too. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to go and check out yesterday's video. I worked super fucking hard on it. It's a review of Cuphead, which is a really great game. It'll help me out so much if you guys can go and check it out and just drop a like on it. Thank you guys so much. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.